Let me show you how I got my nails ready for this Thanksgiving. Look at these beautiful fall inspired nails. First thing I needed to do was get rid of the glue on my real nails that I just took off right before doing my nails. So I popped off all of my press-ons. I'll show you all of the products that I use, but the links are in the description if you're interested. But this is the tool that I use to just get off the glue and really make sure I have a really good base to start with. So this is how it's finished. Don't worry, we're gonna take my real nails through a whole journey, and part of that includes clipping them. I like to cut my nails really short because I don't like my real nails showing under my false nails. That's just a personal preference, and I don't need it to be neat, so this is how it looks. Then I'm gonna file it just to make it look slightly better. I don't want them to look jagged, so I'm just filing them, making them clean. And this is the product that I'm gonna use to get my cuticles together, because I do not believe in doing a full set with your cuticles looking crazy. I just don't think that looks good. So I always appreciate a manicure with a new set of nails. So you can actually use this for your feet as well if you don't use it, but I'm just pushing my cuticles back, and you see me doing that there. And then I go in with my snipping tool and get those cuticles really, really clean. My camera, I was trying to use cinematic mode, and my camera was just like really not trying to work with me because I was doing a lot of movement, but like, you see what's happening here. You've had a manicure before, I assume, so you know what's happening here. I don't know, this is like the most satisfying part to me. So like, I really love cleaning up my cuticles. I don't know about you, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so I'm done, and this is how my right hand looks, or my left hand, and compared to my right. And you can see just already the difference of how my cuticles look. Okay, so I've just finished both hands, so now both of my hands and nails are ready for me to apply my false nails. My nails are prepped, and the manicure is complete. So I'm done with these tools for now. I'm gonna put them to the side. These are the nail tips I prefer to use. I like medium almond. That is my preferred shape. I think most people like this shape these days. Some people like almond short. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually just showing you that the thumbnail for this particular size, there's not a perfect shape for me, and you might find that as well. So I'm just showing you how it looks by itself, because I've noticed after doing my nails a few times now that I need to shave down and shape the thumbnail to my specific nail so that I can get it exactly how I want, because I don't want my nail overtaking. So you need to fit it just right so they look really good, because you don't want nails that are like bleeding into your cuticle. That just doesn't look good. And you want to file it a little bit shorter than like what you think you need, because once you have that glue on, you're pressing the nail down and it kind of expands a little bit. So you gotta play with the right shape. And I do this for my index finger as well, because the left hand, like my index finger, is not right. So I like to put a base coat on, because I've noticed after doing this a couple times, if you don't have a base coat, it's gonna feel very uncomfortable on your real nail. I think the product tells you you can do it without a base coat. I just don't recommend it. I think it feels like it's burning. Like, I just don't like doing that. And you might even see that on some other nails and some other shots where they look dark. It's because these were times where I did my nails without that base coat on it. So I always make sure I put a base coat on now. This is how it looks without it. So nice and ready to go. Now, this is the nail glue itself, okay? So I'm gonna twist off the cap, and I'm gonna be really honest, guys, like, I did not do a great job on my left hand. I think I was nervous because I was recording, so I felt really pressured to do a good job. I even had to do the thumb like a second time. I had to take off the glue and do it again, which you might find you have to do that as well if this is the first time you're doing it. But you wanna make sure you press that nail to your finger for about 30 seconds and really make sure that nail cures. And then after you're done, you can let go of your hand and let it sit there for like another 60 or 90 seconds. So I went ahead and did the rest of my left hand. And you really have to get your nail to glue to ratio right. So you might have to play with it a little bit. There is such a thing as too much, and there is such a thing as too little. So you need to make sure you have like the right amount of glue. I did much better on my right hand. I don't know why that is. My right hand came out a lot better, because you want a really clean adhesion, if that's the right word. You want to make sure that it is no bubbles, that there's no bubbles underneath. So I'm just showing you and comparing. My right hand looks a lot better than my left. I've got a lot of glue underneath on my left hand, so I'm going to clean that up, but I'm just showing you how they look so far, and I don't even need to file them down. I'm really happy with the length. So I'm using my tool here again because I'm going to file off and cut off some of that excess glue underneath, because this glue, guys, once it cures, it's kind of like almost like hot glue. You know how you can peel hot glue off? It's like rubbery. So that's what I'm doing here. I had a lot of glue under this thumbnail, guys. I put way too much on, and I'm just picking that off. You shouldn't have to do this, but I think I was just nervous because I was recording, because when I did my nails last month, they were like perfect. I barely had to adjust or clean up. But I'm just showing you what to do in case you do. Now, something else I do here is I like to file, because sometimes you might have a little bit of nail showing, and if you don't get a perfect fit, and that's okay, you can just file your real nail to like make sure it matches and looks good. You want people to think these are your real nails. That is the goal. We want people to think these are our real nails. We want them to be confused. At least that's my goal. I don't know about your goal, but that's my goal. So now they're done, looking good. And I'm pretty happy with how they are so far. We're ready for some polish. All right, so guys, here's the thing. I did not use gel polish because I didn't have colors that I wanted in gel polish, and I'm trying to keep the budget cute. So I went through my collection of real polish that I still keep for God knows why, but I just couldn't bring it in my heart to throw them out when I moved. And I kept some of them. So I had 2 colors, as I showed you here, that I wanted to use for fall. So that way I didn't have to buy specifically gel polish for the fall. So this is my sticker pack that I'm using. I'm a really big fan of nail stickers. I tried to take the sticker off, but I was not successful. So let me show you what they look like. And I think they're gonna look really pretty against these colors. So there was a little bit of trial and error here, but ultimately this is how I polish my nails. And I had to let these dry, okay? Because if you're gonna put gel top coat on top of regular polish, the regular polish has to completely dry overnight. Now here's what you're not gonna do, okay? And this is why I'm showing you this. I tried to put the sticker on top of the polish. This orange polish was like the bane of my existence, but I'll come back to her. So I thought it was a good idea to put the sticker on while my polish was semi-dry, but that was a terrible idea. So this is what I was trying out. Number one, I didn't like the sticker on the orange. It didn't pop enough to me. Ultimately, when I went to bed and woke up, it was just absolutely a mess, and I had to polish my nails all over. But the red polish dried really well, and so I was ready to put the top coat on the red polish. Now, I didn't have high hopes, to be honest, because I had never tried to put a gel top coat on top of a regular polish, but I was pleasantly surprised. Maybe that has to do with the quality of Sally Hansen and it being an argan oil polish. I don't know, but I was really impressed with how this top coat looked on top of the red. It was just so pretty, and I was really, really pleased with how it came out. Okay, so let me show you side by side. So my left hand is finished, and I put the stickers on the red nails. As you can see, my right hand doesn't have any top coat, so you can see the difference on how the polish on my right hand looks flat and how my left hand looks really, really polished and beautiful and finished. I love it. I'm so happy with what I did. Now, this orange polish, I had to do her about 3 times, y'all, and ultimately, I didn't go to bed with a top coat. I didn't think I needed to because I didn't put a top coat on the red polish. But I decided after redoing this orange polish like 5 times to finally put a top coat on, and I let it dry for another day, and I still had some smudges, but it wasn't until the 3rd day where I finally put a top coat on top of the orange. Like, this polish itself just isn't good quality, but ultimately we got there. We got there, and this is the final product. I'm really happy with it, and I'm super happy to show off my nails at Thanksgiving.